Thank you all for coming. The insiders from Washington to Beacon Hill are doing everything they can think of to try and stop me. The National Republicans have played every dirty trick possible. Why? Because I'm the only candidate who won't do business as usual. I'm the only candidate who they can't control. I'm the only candidate who will put your interest ahead of their interests. When they try to silence me, they are trying to silence you. This is an unprecedented insider's play to try and stop change. The Republican Party has proven that they are so desperate to retake power on Beacon Hill that they are willing to lie about my record and concoct schemes to their own end. Well, Charlie and Paul, if you thought that this backroom deal would be the one to push me out of the race and facilitate your desired coronation, then you are sadly mistaken. They don't understand honor and commitment. I will continue running and continue honoring my commitment to everyone who believes that we cannot continue business as usual on Beacon Hill. I'll continue my commitment to everyone who believes we're taxed too much and told too many lies by politicians. I'll honor my commitment to everyone who believes that we must put more police on the streets. I'll honor my commitment to everyone who believes Beacon Hill's inability to sign a casino bill and immediately create 15,000 jobs is proof that the insiders are incompetent. I will honor my commitment to giving you a true and clear way to stop business as usual on Beacon Hill. As to Paul, well, it looks like I have one fewer vote today. But for all those who have yet to make up their mind, Republican, Democrat, and Independent, and who are fed up with politics as usual, they can now vote for a man with integrity and backbone. Although we've qualified for the ballot together, immediately upon my election, I will expect to see his letter of resignation. As for not having a lieutenant governor, I don't plan to die. And we can save money on that useless job. Never give in. Never give in. Never give in. In all things large or small, great or petty, never, never, never give in. These words by Winston Churchill will be my running mate for the next 30 days. Thank you very much. I will take some questions, but I'm not going to spend all day talking about this issue because we have work to do. We have jobs to create. So I'll take a few questions and then we'll move on. Janet?
Were you surprised when you heard from Paul this morning?
Yes, I was.
You did not see this coming at all?
I was not prepared for it. I was surprised, given that I've worked with him closely for the past 9 months. So I was very surprised.
What do you think in the end is the real reason why he decided to drop out of the race?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him. I'm here to win. Obviously, he didn't care about it anymore. So I'm here for people of Massachusetts to create jobs. I don't know what kind of job he was promised to do this. So we'll see at the end of the day, but I'm moving forward. I don't need a lieutenant governor to win this race, and I certainly don't need one to turn this state around. So we'll move forward on this, and we'll cross that bridge when I'm elected governor.
Paul Scocco said he's left your ticket because he feels you can't win.
That's Paul's opinion. We'll see over the next 30 days.
In your comments there, are you suggesting that he doesn't understand honor and commitment and doesn't have integrity and backbone?
We'll let the voters decide that at the end of the day.
What do you think of him? What do you think of him at this point? What do you think?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that he wouldn't stay to the fight to the end and work hard to change the state of Massachusetts, and that unfortunately I misjudged his character because I thought he was in this for true change, not to just be part of the same old on Beacon Hill.
Mr. Cahill, who has a better chance, or who has better odds of winning? You to be governor or someone who buys a lottery ticket?
I have much better chances of being elected governor, but I think the people who play the lottery also have a good chance, and those who don't win still contribute to local aid.
Is it possible
feel
you're
the
in
trade-
denial, sir?
No, no.
Do you feel like that there was a concerted effort between Weaver, Meldrum, and now Coco, in cahoots with anybody to sort of arrange this, to take down your campaign in this manner?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't need a lieutenant governor to turn this state around. I don't worry about consultants who easily leave their candidates in the lurch, as Weaver's done in the past. I'm focused on the people who get up every day and go to work, and that's what this campaign has been about and will continue to be about over these next 30 days.
Was this a stealth attack by them? Was this misjudgment on in your part?
I try to do something, and I'm continuing to try to do something that's never been done in this state before. I made a good faith effort to create a bipartisan ticket, one former Democrat, one former Republican, and that Republican couldn't stay true to his word. So he's back with the camp that he started with, and that's his decision, and we'll let the people decide who is going to win this race and who will be the next governor. At the end of the day, it's always, for me, it's always been about giving the people the choice. What the two parties continue to argue about and continue to try to do is limit that choice. Limit that choice to just one of them or the other of them, and one of their platforms or the other platform. And to be honest with you, this race is about the people of Massachusetts, those people who are unemployed, those people who need jobs, those people who are counting on government to work for them rather than work for themselves. If Paul couldn't see that, that's, I feel badly for him that he couldn't see that. But I trust the rest of the people of Massachusetts will see through this ploy, this backroom deal, to try to deliver this race to Charlie Baker, and we'll keep fighting on.
Tim,
Allison?
after you took his call, did you have to think a little bit and reevaluate whether you would go forward?
No, to be honest with you, I didn't.
And did you try to talk him into staying with you?
No, not really. I mean, his mind was made up. I based on the timeline, he had already sent out a press release before I got a call from him, and they had already scheduled their press conference before I heard from him. I heard from him about 9:08 this morning. So his mind was made up. He wasn't in a mood to explain anything to me except what he said at the press conference today. So I don't know what's in his mind right now, but that's how I heard about it. Was I frustrated? Yeah, because this is a distraction, not just for me in this campaign, but a distraction for everyone in Massachusetts, that you all are covering this when you should be covering what's going on in the state of Massachusetts and covering what we're talking about for the future of this Commonwealth. I'll continue to talk about it, and we'll put a platform, and you will have a candidate that will continue to fight for you, for the people of Massachusetts, and they seemingly will continue to fight for each other and for themselves. That's a choice that you can vote on. That's a difference that you can vote on in the state of Massachusetts, and I hope people will take that into account when they go to mark off their ballots on November 2nd.
Tim, it hasn't just been one defection, though. It's been 3 now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the message being sent to the voters when they see people around you running for the hills, leaving you?
They're not running for the hills, Jonathan. What they're doing is just running back to the party that they came from. I made a good faith effort to bring people in from both sides of the aisle. In this room here today are Democrats and Republicans and independents from all over the state of Massachusetts, some from outside the state of Massachusetts. So we're here because they believe in my message. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. Again, this was a good faith effort. They've turned their back on this effort. I believed at one point they believed in this message, and if they don't, that's their call. And it will be the decision of other people as to whether my message is the right message, whether my honoring this commitment I made back in September of 2009 is the right way to go. I believe it is. I'm not a quitter. I've never quit on anything I've done. I won't give in. And if the people of Massachusetts see that in me as a candidate, they'll know exactly what they'll have for a governor. Someone who will fight for them. This isn't about me. This is about the people of Massachusetts. If it was about me, it would be easy to walk away. But it's not easy, and I won't do it, because I believe in this mission. I believe in it more now than ever, because I see to what level the Republicans, at this point anyways, will stoop. And I've seen what level the Democrats will stoop to win votes, to mislead people. to not work on the people's business. We've got jobs to create. And I've seen both sides try to stymie that attempt in an attempt to win jobs. I mean, an attempt to win votes.
So are you
In
saying the
terms of-
Baker's behind this? That
I
he
don't-
somehow set this up?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Paul Escoco and Charlie Baker that question. I mean, like I said, they obviously were in communication before I was in communication, so I don't know at the end of the day.
Any evidence of a backroom deal? When you talk about backroom deal, any evidence?
Well, again, I just know what I was told that this press conference was put together last night. I know for a fact that releases were put out before I got a call. So I don't know. I don't really care at this point. What's done is done. I'm moving forward. We want to move forward. There's people out there in this state that care about what I care about, and that they've pledged their support to me to finish this journey, to continue all the way to November 2nd, and to bring home victory. And I'm not going to stop short of that until we do all of those things.
Tim, you said
Time-
you have
one more.
integrity and you have backbone. Does Paul Escoco have both those things?
You'd have to ask the voters. At the end of the day, the voters
What do you
will
think?
decide. Well, the voters will decide. He is part of Charlie Baker's team now, so the voters will decide who has backbone, who has integrity, who has honor. We'll let them decide.
Last question, last question.
What do you say to people that say that by you staying in the race, you're delivering the election to Deval Patrick? What's your response?
I say what I've always said, David, for the last 10 months. I'm running to win this election for the people of Massachusetts, for independent-minded people who are tired of business as usual on Beacon Hill. Deval Patrick represents business as usual. He showed that in this casino debate, when he wouldn't sign a bill that would create 15,000 jobs for the people of Massachusetts. He showed that when he promised to put 1,000 more police on the street, and he's broken that promise. And he showed that when he committed to cut taxes, and he fell down on that commitment and raised them. The Republicans are part of the same process. They had Beacon Hill for 16 years in the corner office, and they didn't solve the problems. So at the end of the day, this is about business. This is not about business as usual. This is about breaking free of business as usual and the status quo. I'm not in this race to win this election for anyone but Tim Cahill and the team that you see around us and all the people of Massachusetts. And I believe that people, at the end of the day, are wise, are smart, and they know who they want to lead them. And I trust the people of Massachusetts. When they get their chance to vote, they'll decide. Whatever that decision is, I'll live with it. And everyone else should be able to live with it. I don't make excuses. I've had $2.5 million of Republican attack ads thrown at me with no defense. I'm not making excuses. This is the business we're in. This is how hard they'll fight to keep or retain power or get power back. That's the business we're in. We'll let the people decide whether the Washington insiders or the Beacon Hill insiders will keep their power or whether they'll elect a true outsider. If this hasn't proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, who the true outsider in this race is, it should. Because the schemes to put certain things in place and make things possible for both sides of the aisle have not been done in a straight-handed fashion, and we've been running in a straight-handed fashion all the way through.
Get back.
All right? Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.